3. True crime horror stories. Want to hear about true crime stories that will change your thinking about people around you forever? These are the kinds of stories that will make you think about human nature and how scary a human can be. Psychopaths can do what you can never imagine. Let's see some creepy crime stories. Number 1. This story will leave you stunned for a while. It is about a 23-year-old girl, Colleen Stan, who was kidnapped for 7 years in a box. A couple named Cameron Hooker and his wife Janice Hooker stopped their car to give ride to Stan, who asked for a lift from them. Stan didn't notice that they were taking her to a deserted area. After reaching a deserted spot, Cameron covered Stan's mouth with a cloth and placed her in a box of wood and took her to their room. He then took Stan to the basement and tortured her physically by beating her. Stan had no idea what was happening to her and why. Cameron was basically a psychopath who had already kidnapped other girls and have done the same cruelty with them. He tortured and beat Stan for many days, but Janice was against his cruel acts, but she was also afraid of her husband. She asked her husband not to have any kind of sexual activity with Stan. He promised Janice that he will not do anything like that. Cameron then hid the girl in a wooden coffin-like box and left the space for air with a pipe. Stan's parents also started to worry about her, and they filed a complaint with the police, but they couldn't find her. Meanwhile, after months, Janice got pregnant, and she asked Cameron to free Stan because their baby will have a bad impact of its parents. But Cameron thought of another way, and he told a fake story to Stan. He told her that he worked for a satanic company where he had to buy slaves. He said that Stan was his slave, and when Slave tried to run, the company killed them. He successfully made Stan believe his words, and he made her sign a contract that she was his slave and she could not run anymore, or else her family was also in danger by the company. Colleen was now their slave for months. She was obedient to Cameron and did all the house chores. Janice gave birth to a baby girl. Cameron was still really harsh and cruel on Stan. Whenever she made a mistake, she was beaten by him. Janice got a chance to run once at Cameron's workplace when she got hit while working. But Stan took Cameron back to home and healed his wounds. It was 4 years then of Stan being their slave. Stan used to sleep in a coffin box each night since she came there. She used to scratch the box with her feet nails out of anxiety, and one day the box broke. In the morning, when Cameron saw the box was broken, he started to find Stan in home at all places. She was hiding in the bathroom out of fear. Cameron was now assured that she would never leave their home. After that, 3 more years passed. Stan spent 7 years like that. Now Stan asked Cameron to let her meet her family. Cameron gave her permission, but on the condition that she would not say anything to her parents, and Stan agreed on that. He took Stan to her home and introduced himself as her boyfriend. Stan pretended that she was happy, but her sister doubted it. She asked Stan to tell her anything that was bothering her. As Stan tried to tell her, Cameron appeared and said that it was time to leave. Now they were back in home. Janice was also worried due to her husband's acts. She left the house with her daughter and went to church to ask for forgiveness. She knew that she had already done terribly bad with Stan. She went back to home and helped Stan run. Stan was worried due to the company, but Janice told her that everything Cameron told her was a lie. There was no company like that. After 7 years, Janice went to her home and felt happy meeting her family. Cameron was even more depressed after losing his wife and daughter. Janice told police everything, and he got arrested for his crime. Number 2. This story will leave you chilled and will leave your jaws open, as you might not have heard a bizarre crime story like this. The story is about a boy who was born in 1980 in Ohio. There's a small city, Vernon, where he lived. Nobody ever knew Matthew before November 2010. He was just like a stranger for everyone who lived there, but he was obsessed with trees and specifically with their leaves. This is weird, but yes, we have a lot of psychopaths around us who are obsessed with things that are odd to hear. Obsession and love is good for anything until it is not affecting your mental health. He also had a criminal record earlier where he was arrested for burglary, theft, and arson for 8 years. But after he was released from prison, he got more weirder instead of living his life in peace. Some of his neighbors started noticing the change in his behavior. He started to kill squirrels, grilled them, and ate them. Similarly, he was found on the trees of his backyard for hours. He also worked as a professional tree trimmer for a while in his life. But his obsession and love for trees, leaves, and nature was turning to a point that was bad for others. So, it was November 2020 when an obsession of a person created chaos in Vernon City. In Matthew's neighborhood, a woman, Tina Herman, lived with her 2 kids, Sarah and Cody. Hoffman stayed in the woods across their home on the night of November 9th, 2010. There were very few neighbors living in that area. He has parked his car at a 1-mile distance. The next morning, Sarah and Cody left for school. After a while, Tina went out to the store. Now there was no one in the house. Hoffman entered the house and waited for Tina to come back. As soon as Tina came home, he stabbed her with a knife several times on her bed and killed her. But Hoffman didn't know what her friend Stephanie Sprang was also coming to her home. She entered the house without knowing that there was a murderer in the house and what was going on. Hoffman stabbed her brutally with the knife too until she was dead. The family dog started barking after the murders. Hoffman killed the dog too, as it could be dangerous for him. After that, he grabbed their bodies in the bathroom and into the bathtub. He dismembered their bodies and then put their bodies in a trash bag. As he was cleaning this mess, the kids came home from school. As they entered the house, Cody was grabbed by Hoffman and was brutally stabbed by a knife, and he also died. He was just 11 years old. He then ran after Sarah, who was just 13 years old at the time. He tied up Sarah with a cord in her room. He put the trash bags with bodies and Sarah in the back of Stephanie's Jeep parked outside. He then transferred them to his car in the parking lot. After that, he brought them to his house and hid them. He tied Sarah to himself and took a nap as he was tired of doing all that creepy stuff. Sarah looked around the house and was shocked to see the walls and floor covered in leaves. After waking up, Hoffman went back to Tina's house and wanted to use their truck's gas cans to burn the place, but the truck stalled. So he came back after parking the truck. He kept Sarah for 3 days in his house and raped her. He fed her rotten food and didn't let her clean herself. But fortunately, police raided his house after 3 days and caught Hoffman. She was freed, and after some days, she asked the police to let her continue the school so that she could take her classes. Hoffman was still not telling the location of the dead bodies where he hid them. So the police told them that he would get the death penalty, and he told them out of fear that he hid them in a hollow tree space. The police were shocked because they would never have been able to find them if he didn't speak. Hoffman lied about treating Sarah with kindness and playing video games with her, but Sarah told that he was lying. In January 2011, Matthew Hoffman pleaded guilty to 10 counts and was sentenced to life without parole. Number 3. This story that you are going to hear next left Australia shocked in April of 1996. A boy named Martin Bryant killed about 35 people in just 24 hours. Shocking, isn't it? Before we dig into the main story, let me tell you about the childhood of Bryant and how different he was from other kids. He was bullied for his acts. He used to kill animals and birds frequently, and other kids called him a freak who has no empathy for other living things. As he grew up, people found dead animals on his farm. No one has ever predicted what Bryant would do in the future. He also made an elderly woman his friend who wrote millions to Bryant in her will. Later, she was found dead in her car. Witnesses said that they saw Bryant holding the steering wheel while they were driving the car, and she was in the passenger seat. Later, Bryant's father was found drowned in the family farm with dead sheep nearby. Bryant got his father's life savings, and he used them for what he wanted. He started stockpiling guns. On the 28th of April 1996, he brought a massacre in Port Arthur in Australia. He went to Broad Arrow Cafe and ordered lunch. After eating, he pulled out a Colt AR-15 rifle and killed 12 people straight in 15 seconds. The security guard, Kingston, started shouting to flee the area for safety. Bryant then moved to the gift shop and killed 8 more people. Then, in the parking lot, he shot at buses. After killing 31 people, he moved to a cafe, and on the way he shot another person and took him hostage. All this shooting happened in 22 minutes, and it took too long to capture him. Police surrounded Seascape Guest House where Bryant had taken a hostage. 2 policemen tried to enter the house, but they were trapped for 8 hours too. After 18 hours, Bryant started a fire in the house and tried to escape, but he couldn't. He had killed the hostage already and set himself on fire too. Police had to extinguish the fire and capture him. He pleaded guilty to 35 counts of murder and received a life prison sentence with no possibility of parole. After that, the laws in Australia changed forever regarding security. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.